guys, it's Gracie, and I haven't made a video in a while even though I said I was going to. But this video is going to be a recap of all the books I read in 2018, now that it is 2019. So, I read 80 books this year, and I'm going to get into what I read. And hey, I got a camera, so if the quality's better, that's pretty lit. And I don't have to film on my phone. First book I read in 2018 was Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, which I gave 5 stars. Second, I read Adultolescence by Gabby Hanna, which I gave 3.5 stars. Third, I read The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, which I gave 4 stars. Fourth, I read Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shannon McGuire, which I gave 4.75 stars. Fifth, I read City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which I gave 3.75 stars. In February, first I read The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, which I gave 5 stars. I listened to that one on an audiobook. Second, I read Orphan Monster Spy by Matt Killeen, which was an ARC I received, and I gave that one 3.5 stars. Third, I reread Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Jomny Sun, which I gave 5 stars. Next, I read A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, which I gave 5 stars. None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio, which I gave 3 stars. A reread of City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, which I gave 3 stars. In March, I first read the Meet Cute anthology, edited by someone, I'll put it on the screen, and I gave that 4.5 stars. Next, I read Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hesse, which I gave 4 stars. Third, in March, I read A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro, which I gave 5 stars. Furthermore by Taha Mafi, which I gave 5 stars. Restore Me by Taha Mafi, which I gave 5 stars. Witchwood by Taha Mafi, which I gave 5 stars. There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins, which I gave 4 stars. The Last of August by Brittany Cavallaro, which I gave 4.5 stars. Monster Calls, Patrick Ness, 5 stars. Illuminate by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, 3.5 stars. Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace, 4.25 stars. Then on an audiobook, I listened to The Diviners by Libba Bray, 5 stars. In April, I started off with Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Elbert-Talley, which I gave 5 stars. A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas, 5 stars. On audiobook, I listened to Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, which I gave 3.75 stars. Because You Love to Hate Me, edited by Amory, I gave this 4 stars. Protected by Claire Zorn, 5 stars. Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys, 5 stars. In May, I first read This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales, which I gave 3.5 stars. Next, I read Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis, which I gave 3.75 stars. A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas, 3.5 stars. Flowers for Algernon by Danielle Keyes, 3 stars. The Girls by Emma Cline, 3.25 stars. The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, 4.25 stars. Warcross by Marie Lu, 4.75 stars. In June, I read Vicious by V.E. Schwab, which I gave 5 stars. Next, I listened to the audiobook of I, Liza Hamilton by Susan Holloway Scott, which I gave 3 stars. All Out, edited by Sandra Mitchell, which I gave 4.75 stars. Halfway through my 40th book of the year was Blue Lily, Lily Blue, which I gave, by Maggie Stiefvater, which I gave 5 stars. Next, I read The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One by Amanda Lovelace, which I gave 4.5 stars. The Case for Jamie by Brittany Cavallaro, 5 stars. Out of the Easy by Ruta Sepetys, 4.5 stars. Listen to the audiobook of History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera, which I gave 3.5 stars. We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, which I gave 5 stars. In July, I read To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han, which I gave 4.25 stars. Next, I read P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han, which I gave 4 stars. The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, which I gave 4.57 stars. 4.75. Yeah. Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, 5 stars. Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno, 5 stars. I listened to Never Will Wake on audiobook by Marisha Pessel, and I gave that 4.25 stars. Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, 4.75 stars. Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake, 4.25 stars. Don't You Forget About Me by Kate Carice Quinn, which I gave 2.5 stars. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, 4 stars. Ghost Friends Forever #1, My Heart Lies in the 90s by Monica Gallagher and Kata Kane, which I gave 5 stars. In August, I read In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I gave this 3.75 stars. The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, 3.5 stars. Boas Gallus 3 stars. I listened to Anne of Avonlea by Ella Montgomery on audiobook, which I gave 4.5 stars. Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delara, 4.5 stars. Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider, 4.25 stars. Always and Forever Lara Jean by Jenny Han, 4.75 stars. In September, I read The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider, which I gave 3.25 stars. Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young, which I gave 4.5 stars. The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, 4.75 out of 5 stars. The Wicker King by Kate Ancrum, 3 stars. In October, I listened to the audiobook of Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray, which I gave 4.5 stars. Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson, 3.75 stars. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, which I gave 4 stars. Listened to the audiobook of Sadie by Courtney Summers, which I gave 5 stars. And Anya's Ghost by Vera Broskal, which I gave 4.5 stars. In November, I read Warriors Don't Cry by Melba Patillo Beals as for required reading in English class, and I gave that 3.5 stars. If We Were Villains by ML Rio, 4.25 stars. The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater, 5 stars. The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur, 3.5 stars. A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Taha Mavi, 5 stars. In December, I read Adulthood is a Myth by Sarah Anderson, which I gave 4 stars. Freak Boy by Kristen Elizabeth Clark, which I gave 4.75 stars. And lastly, another school-required book, Tears of a Tiger by Sharon M. Draper, which I gave 3.25 stars. So those are all the books I read in 2018, 80 in total. I am really happy with that. My goal was 60, and I hit that, I believe, in July. My goal for this next year is 90, so hopefully I can hit that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great year. Wishing you luck on your New Year's resolution. Okay, I'm done now. Bye!